Robinson really gave you guys a hard time. He did everything for Pitt.
Yeah, he had a great game. He's, obviously a senior. I think he's played 135 some games in a Pitt uniform. He's a great guard because he can do everything. He's tough, physical, can score. Obviously, great assist guy. Runs their team. So good defensively. He can guard all three perimeter positions. They're a team that a week ago looked like a Final Four caliber team in the way they played against Duke. It's one of the best games I've seen the team play all year long. So it's you're going to have to play extremely well. We did not defend well at Pittsburgh, but they had a lot to do with it. Offensively, they're so efficient.
Aside from Young in their last game against Virginia Tech, they sort of struggled from the field, which is unlike them. So you would imagine them to.
Yeah, I mean they're a veteran group with Artis and Young and Robinson, as we mentioned, all upperclassmen. They know exactly what they need to do at this time of the year. I think they've been to 10 of the last 12 NCAA tournaments. Jamie's done a great job there, so they'll be ready to go. I know they're probably disappointed in their performance the other night, as we are, because I think at this stage in this part of the season, when you have opportunities to win games, it hurts even a little bit more when you're not able to finish it. And they had some chances. They had a couple really good looks to tie the game late, just like we did.
This is the last conference game before the tournament. What are you looking either to fine-tune or really improve before you head into that tournament play?
Well, I think our defensive effort in the Louisville game was good. I think we've made really good improvements over the last probably 3 weeks defensively. And give Louisville credit. Their defense took us out of a lot of stuff, but we still had some quality offensive possessions that didn't end in baskets, and we need to finish those plays. You get into this time of year, when you get open threes, you get some shots around the basket, you need to finish those, because these games in March, this game on Saturday, and then into the ACC tournament in the postseason, they're going to come down to a possession game, and every chance you get to put the ball in the basket, you got to make the most of it.
Has this season been harder that you've been in so many games and so close so many times?
Well, I mean, it has been, because I think we have a chance to, still do some great things. And, when you look at who we've played in the league, and, again, our strength of schedule is in the top 10 in the country, and primarily because we schedule pretty high difficult level in the non-conference, but also who we've played, in conference records now, with the unbalanced schedule, you have to look at some asterisks in terms of who you played. And I think we're a good team. I think we've played well throughout the entire ACC, and we've played better as of late. We have a chance in the second half of the ACC to go 6-3, which would be, I think, the second or third best record in the second half of the league. And you got to take some pride in that and hopefully use that as some momentum heading into Washington, D.C.
And on the flip side of that, being in so many close games, talking about finishing, you guys have a lot of experience with those close games, knowing you need to push.
Yeah, and hopefully that will help us, and we've had success as of late. Obviously we didn't the last game out against Louisville, but that was a game where we made a great, comeback when we were down 10 points, and we stuck to what we needed to do, and then we made some big plays. So we've been able to make some game-winning plays, in this last 4 or 5 weeks, and we need to continue that.
Defense is going to be a key for you in this game. You look at Pitt's record, and 19 of their wins have come when they score 70 or more points. So if you can,
Yeah, and the pace of play a lot determines that. You can't give them easy baskets. You can't give them transition points. They had 26 offensive rebounds against Wake in a double overtime game, but they're tremendous on the offensive glass. That was the one thing I thought we did well in Pittsburgh, is we rebounded the ball. Now, we need to take advantage of that as well. We need to finish plays around the basket like we did the last 10 minutes at Louisville, where we got offensive rebounds and we capitalized on those, and those equated to points for us. We need to do the same thing, not only in the Pitt game, but as I said, as we go into the ACC tournament in the postseason.
The one thing that Virginia Tech seemed to take advantage of was getting Leday going in the post, double-double, 10 rebounds, I think 19 or 20 points. You had that same type of success with Chuck the first time around. I imagine you want to get those guys going.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we're always better when we're getting the ball inside and we're able to score inside baskets. And the second thing that we need to improve in that is reading when we're swarmed or double teamed and kicking the ball out and having our big guys take care of the ball. I mentioned that after the Louisville game. We had 17 turnovers and half of them came from our post guys. We need to have the poise and patience, but also the explosiveness when it's time to explode and score to do it. But if you're swarmed and you don't have anything to, kick the ball out and play from there. And it's an area that I think, as you asked about improvement areas, that would be one that if we could really make an impact in right now and get better at. And it's not that hard of a thing. It's decision making that would really help us.
You've experienced a lot of senior nights. Is there an emotional factor, positive or negative, with the guys that are playing?
Well, it can go either way. Sometimes it's so emotional that you guys get kind of paralyzed by it. But I don't think this group will do this. Our group understands we have a lot of basketball left to play, and this will be a great highlight to their careers. But they have a lot to play for and a lot left to do. So there'll be a piece of that in the emotional aspect of things, but hopefully it will be used to the positive.
Do you adjust your lineups to try to get all of them in the starting lineup, or because they've all played a lot? Or?
Yeah, they're all going to play. I won't probably do anything like that. It'd be, if we had maybe another guard, you might be able to do that or something like that. But well, all those guys they're all going to play significant minutes.
What changes have you seen in Marcus Georges-Hunt lately in these last couple games?
Well, obviously he's just having a little greater command of offense, of what we need done, playing a different position, asking to do more. He's embraced that. He's done a great job in terms of studying off the court and film sessions with the assistants, with Coach Dollar and Coach Herian, understanding what we need done and what I just call a greater command of the game. At times it might take away from some of the things that he's done well in the past, and that's running the lane without the ball. But he's made some adjustments in that, and we've made some adjustments to get him in some situations with the ball in his hands that maybe he wasn't in the past. But he's just such a high character kid, and is a guy that works extremely hard at his game, so he's responded well.
With the pace that Pitt likes to play, does that also give your guys a chance to maybe get out and run a little and get to the hoop?
Well, what did we score, 80 points in the last game, or 86 points? Yeah, I mean, offense wasn't a problem. We had some lulls offensively, and you're going to have some of those in games. And so the key now during that time is to get some defensive stops, and we didn't do that. They had, I think, 4 3-minute segments where their runs really put us at a huge disadvantage, and you can't give those up in this league. There's just, possessions are too hard to have those type of runs.